Okay, we are in. Let's just get rid of that music and wait for the game to start up. There we go. So we're in. First game of Viking GG versus Chicken Fighters, and they've already picked up the Shadow Demon on the side of Chicken Fighters. Meanwhile, Viking taking out the Nyx Assassin as well as the Cottle, Bat Rider, and Puck being banned there by the Chicken Fighters. And Viking go straight for the Crystal Maiden. If anyone's seen the clip, we saw Celery 3v1 against, was it Spider Pigs? Hang on, let's bring the brackets up for that, because that was a proper good ult. Just threw down a freezing field right on top of 3 players, and Celery was on about half health as well when he did it. Just absolutely destroyed all 3 of them. Hippomaniacs, that was it. That was who they were playing. So Monkey King will be picked up, giving that over to Shad, and from what I know, Viking GG, even Boom, they are Monkey King spammers. So this is something that Chicken Fighters need to be careful of. Mars being picked up for them. Oh, Shiva, thank you for the host. That's amazing. Cheers. So, yes, getting into the draft. Monkey King, we've seen this issue before with a Monkey King. When the arena's gone down, if you don't spear him and he's near trees, he can just get the tree dance away. But if you can pin him to the arena before he gets that BKB, really effective. The only worry is once he does get that BKB, if he starts throwing down the Wukong's command right on top of the arena, makes it hard for Mars or anybody on the side of Chicken Fighters to sit inside that arena, and there's just really nothing you can do about it once that BKB's up. So that's why you look for heroes like the Bat Rider, which obviously Chicken Fighters have banned out, that can drag him outside of his own Wukong's command. Maybe something like a Vengeful Spirit for the second support here on the side of Chicken Fighters, or maybe even looking for the spear without the arena up, trying to push him out of the Wukong's command before that fight really starts off. Meanwhile, they do ban out the Beastmaster. We saw up against Hippomaniacs playing the Lycan in the safe lane up against the Beastmaster off lane, and the Beastmaster got to the Necrobuck level 3 before the Lycan was so much more effective at pushing down the lanes, shut that Lycan out of the lane as well. So just it's super effective, the Beastmaster at the minute. I think it's always a good off-lane hero, you know, when you want to be looking for a push hero strat. Want to be taking a look at the split pushes, controlling lanes, keeping the creep aggro off your side of the map. So Beastmaster is one of those heroes at the minute I don't think you'll see a whole lot of, as the Void Spirit and the Troll are going to be the next bans here for Chicken Fighters and Vikings. Vikings, what else would they want to be taking out here? What goes great with the Mars? Anything with, obviously, an AoE teamfight ability. Faceless Void, we've seen being picked up with the Mars. You throw the Chronosphere up at the end of the arena just to try and take advantage of anyone caught in that arena, throwing extra time on the fight. What else have we got? Things like the Elder Titan as well. You can put your Spirit in, you split Earth through the arena as well. Just some good team fight heroes. And it depends on Chicken Fighters whether they want to go for that full team fight ability, or if they, you know, because they are going to be wanting some split push, some building killing heroes. So maybe something like a TA to pick up. Queen of Pain's not bad as well. Again, takes control of the fights with the Sonic Wave, the Scream of Pain being super mobile as well. Means that anyone outside the arena can get dealt with by that Queen of Pain. And again, just a good pickup. They ban out the Terrorblade. Let's take a look at what they actually ban up against Hippomaniacs, shall we? So the first match, they ban out the Timbersaw, the Void Spirit, Phoenix, Rubik, Mars, Storm Spirit, and the Zeus. Meanwhile, Hippomaniacs taking out the Undying, Earth Spirit, Kunkka, Monkey King, Tidehunter, Bat Rider, and Morphlin. So, is that only the first game? Do we not have the second game, though? Alright, so Vikings in the second game, ban out the Death Prophet, the Viper, Phantom Lancer, Nagasiren, Void Spirit, Lycan, and the Timbersaw. So Viking not really liking the Timbersaw. They do take out the Lycan here. Storm Spirit ban out by Chicken Fighters, as the Shadow Shaman will be picked up for Vikings. And I was talking about push potential. Scarith Mage, good hero with the Mars. We'll touch on that in a second. Shadow Shaman, good hero for the push potential, but even on top of that, you've got the new Ag Shot. So it just adds to the kill potential of heroes when you do get the shackle off with that Ag Shard. The 4 snakes that spawn, that's a 4-second timer on them that keeps them up. And if you do it underneath a tower, you don't even need your full serpent wards up. You get 4 seconds every time you throw that shackle down of 4 serpent wards. So if you catch a creep underneath a tower with the shackle, you can then focus the serpent wards on the tower to do even more siege damage, and it really adds up over time. So while Shadow Shaman is probably going to be looking at that position 4 and not really looking at a farming position, it's still a nice item to pick up eventually. You know, like a luxury item for the Shadow Shaman once you have your things like your 4 staff, your glimmer capes, your survivabilities. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Shadow Shaman maybe 3rd or 4th item go towards that Ag Shard. Meanwhile, Scarith Mage, actually talking about just the synergy with the Mars as well. If you drop the Scarith Mage ultimate, obviously on top of the arena, but again, looking for things like the Aghanims that drops it twice, so you could do twice as much damage. The Mars with the spear as well. You don't even need the arena for the synergy. As long as you can spear someone to a tree, there's that burst potential that comes out from the Scarith Mage, and no one so far on the side of Viking, obviously looking at an off-laner and potentially a mid-laner, because I don't think the Shadow Shaman's going to be mid, could look towards that Blade Mail pickup to try and dissuade Scarith Mage from ulting them, but they're going to go for the Enigma. So not a big builder of the Blade Mail, but a good, again, good push potential, great fight potential as well. If the Mars drops the arena, you could look to counter that, drop the black hole right on top of that, stops the Mars from being able to do anything, stops the fight potential there. The cancels though you've got to look at are the Spear, as well as the Disruption. Invoker has a whole load. Tornado, Cold Snap, anything like that that's just going to disrupt the Enigma's playstyle. Enigma probably needs to get a quick BKB with this lineup coming out from Chicken Fighters to maybe get good black holes off in the late team fights, but there is no shame in dropping a black hole on 1 or 2 enemy heroes to try and get those kills. You know, everyone thinks, oh, we've got to go for the perfect 5-man black hole. Absolutely no shame. If you know that you can get a pick off with a black hole on 1 hero, do it. Easy, no problems. So, Kunkka and the Wraith King. Wraith King we saw quite a lot actually in the last EU bracket, with the push potential that the skeletons offer once you hit 30 as well, with the plus, is it 24 damage and then another 6 skeletons spawn? Max 6 skeletons spawn. We do see the Wraith Kings going for that plus 12 strength, then it varies whether you want to go for the skeletons. What is the other skill on the Wraith King? The 30 movement speed. Yeah, the 30 movement speed is quite nice, just to make sure you don't get kited in the fights. Again, it is a toss-up, because both skills are quite nice, depending on the playstyle that you need from the Wraith King. But he is ban out, so no more talk about the Skelly Man until he does actually get picked up, as Templar Assassin will be the final ban here from Chicken Fighters. Good harass potential once he gets the Blink Dagger, the Desolator up. Great building killer as well, just because of the minus armor that comes out. It means that the supports need to be wary as well. You know, you always need to be investing more into the sentry wards, into dust to reveal, you know, into maybe potentially a gem as well. As Ricky will be the final ban here from Viking GG. Kind of similar, not the same playstyle, but a similar playstyle that the supports on the enemy team of Ricky always need to be aware if they get caught out 1 versus 1. It is potentially death, you know, not a great way to survive that unless you do have things like the Glimmer Cape, 4 staffs out of the smoke screen. So Viking not want to be playing up against that. And Ricky is getting a little bit more popular as time goes on, and it might only be a matter of time before we see him being picked up again on a regular basis. Chicken Fighters, though, gonna finish this lineup off with the Ember Spirit. So looking like it's gonna be the Ember Spirit in the safe lane, Invoker mid, Scarith Mage in the support role with the Shadow Demon, and Mars in the off lane. Meanwhile, on the side of Viking, what are they looking for? A mid lane hero to go up against the Invoker. Something that can just wreck the day of the Invoker. What are we looking at? Zeus is still there. Coming into play later on. Again, the Zeus could be somehow a playstyle to dissuade the Mars from dropping his arena. you drop your Nimbus on top of the arena, and Mars has to be careful about getting around it. Anybody on the side of Chicken Fighters needs to be careful of getting around it. And with things like the Arcane Dagger as well now, an Octarine Core Arcane Dagger, you can get 3 Nimbuses up at once. It's quite disgusting. Do you need the refresher as well? I think you might need the refresher as well. But they're going to go for the Broodmother. So, arachnophobes and chicken fighters beware, because the Broodmama is coming and she is going to try and force this game, making Vikings look for not a cheesy victory, because I know there's some skill in playing a Broodmother, but still, the Spider Mama is up. So we've got to be looking here. How are chicken fighters going to look to counter this up against Supreme? What's he going to be able to do in lane? How does he play around this one? So the full lineup, it's going to be Celery on the Crystal Maiden, which we have seen before. It's a great impressiveness. Shad on the Monkey King, Aramis on the Shadow Shaman. We've got Toby on the Enigma, and Boom playing the Broodmother. Meanwhile, inside of Chicken Fighters, Charlie on the Amber Spirit, Supreme looking to be the Supreme in the mid lane on the Invoker, Era on the Scarith Mage, Chessie on the Mars, and Jibe playing the Shadow Demon. And looking at this, it's quite hard because of how dominant Viking have looked, how strong they've looked in the past few months, which is why they obviously got the invite to the upper bracket over someone like Mudgolems. Oh no, Mudgolems are there as well. Who got left out in EU? I don't actually think anybody got left out, did they? Yeah, they could send the Mars into the mid. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Obviously, with the shield bash, they've been able to do frontal AoE to clean up the Spiderlings. That wouldn't be too bad. But they are putting Supreme. Maybe it's just because Supreme plays the Invoker. Let's see where they're going to send him. Coming through. Yeah, it looks like he is moving towards the bottom off lane. So maybe it is going to be the Mars in the mid. Chessie looking to do what he can up against the Broodmother. And I wonder if they rotate. Brood's already started setting up the webs here in the mid lane. So Boom looking to make a home. But Mars moving through. What's he going to try and do here? Gets an observer down of his own, but that's instantly going to be pinged out. Does Celery have any? Okay, so Sentries doesn't have the gold for one just yet. And Shadow Shaman does have it, but probably wants to use it to try and de-ward up on the top. So Mars may lose this ward eventually. Boom. Yeah, he's already got one queued up here. Boom. So this should be coming out and easily de-warded here. I'm surprised he didn't commit a sentry to try and, you know, scout that out, make sure it wasn't warded before. But maybe. Okay, so they do want to have one on the Scarith Mage, but again, it looks like it's going to be a little bit of ward wars up on the top lane. So let's see how this is going to go. Do they actually want to put Chessie in the mid lane, or is Supreme going to move over? Try and contest. Boom. Bottom lane. Monkey King's coming in the courier form. Going to be taking a little bit of damage. Just gives up this rune. So it looks like it is going to be a 3-for-1 in the rune trade. Vikings coming out a little bit less there. As Chessie does start to move himself over. And we see Toby already starting to take care of the creeps. Getting his Eidolons out. As Boom. There's some good blocking from both, but Chessie's going to be the one that eventually loses the block. Just short of the high ground, though, for Boom here on the Dire Creeps. Chessie, what's he going to be skilling? He does take that God's Rebuke at level 1. Throwing this out, but again, it's just the webs from Boom, so no Spiderlings just yet. That will build up, though. This is going to be a great spell for dealing with the spiders here. Bottom lane. Disruption already used on Shad. Shad's going to be taking a little bit of abuse here from the illusions, but he should be fine eventually. Celery. Excuse me. I am pretty much up to the eyeballs on cough medicine, so let's see how this cast goes. There's Charlie popping out the Flame Guard already, just trying to push Toby back. Again, a good way to try and deal with the Eidolons as they come forward. Once he gets the Sleight of Fist as well, that's going to be another way to clean those ones up. So they do have two heroes that can deal with the pets, let's say, coming out from Vikings. But Vikings, if they do get an opening, the split push potential is there. Charlie's going to be taking a little bit of damage from these Eidolons, but the Eidolons have to be macroed away from Charlie in case he tries to farm them up, or at least do a little bit of harass. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Boom has gone for those Spiderlands at level 2. Mars with the spear as well as the God's Rebuke, just trying to throw it out. So Boom could be in a little bit of trouble. This ward did get dewarded eventually here now as well. As Aramis, only level 1, so only has the Ether Shock and Error. Trying to trade out the harass as well, closer to the level 2 than the Shadow Shaman. So one more creep should do the job. Yeah, there it is. Picks up the Arcane Bolt. Meanwhile, mid. Chessie, how's he looking for regen? He's got himself a couple of tangos left as well. So Boom, no regen left, but is on the webs. So that will give a little bit of move speed if he gets in danger here. If Boom gets in danger, you know, can move himself out. But that's probably going to be at level 1 for the next couple of levels. The 3 health regen's nice there as well. Top lane, Charlie, just going to Sleight of Fist again, clean up some Eidolons. He's not super. I mean, he's behind the Enigma as well. So the deny's coming out. Charlie not having the greatest of times in this lane, but hopefully the rest of the lanes can make up for it. Error's already popped the salve. Do they want to try and make a move on Aramis? Aramis isn't the healthiest. He does have his magic stick. Is there a Searing Chains coming up? Whether he gets this at level 3 though, or maybe he wants another point into the Sleight Fist to try and again deal with the Eidolons. We'll have to wait and see here for Charlie. And on the bottom lane, Shad. Second in terms of last hits again. Mars is probably going to be top just because of the God's Rebuke that can come out. The Cold Stamp that onto Shad. He's going to be able to dodge that with the Mischief or dodge at least one of the procs. Jibbe maybe looking to set up only level 1 here. 1 and 3. So it looks like he may have pulled. Top lane.
That's a first blood.
Error does get... Oh, he got it with the Arcane Bolt. Aramis was running away. I didn't even see how low he was there. Okay, let's see what Toby can do. Just solo for now. He's going to be able to soak some XP.
Not for you.
As Toby wants to carry on pushing up again. More Eidolons coming out. Charlie, level 3, went for more points into the Flame Guard. Just trying to deal AoE damage to try and clean these pets up on the top lane. And he's not... Again, still on 15 last hits. Even the Monkey King sitting on 20 in a fairly contested lane here. Supreme puts out the Cold Snap once again, it sounds like, but Crystal Maiden able to move back as the Tornado does come out. Buying back. Then maybe a little preemptive as Celery's still sitting on half health. So, does Celery want to go? There's going to be a little Ice Blast coming out here. It is only level 1 on the Crystal Nova though. So the movement's slow, 20%. Not enough that Shad feels that he needs to step forward. Just going to carry on farming. Well, Supreme has the regen coming through from the Quas Orbs. So even a little bit of harass, Supreme's pretty much at full health. Just shrugs that off. As Aramis does get the kill onto Charlie on the top lane. Get out your T-Tors.
No. Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Celery though, are they going to try and go for this? With the Frostbite coming out Supreme, the Jingle Mastery, the Disruption from Jibbe, it keeps the Monkey King locked down. He doesn't have a Tree Dance available too, so he won't be able to go on. Now the Cold Snap onto Celery, he's going to be slowed down as well. Do they have the damage with the Shadow Poison? It might be enough here. Tornado comes out, they should finish the job onto Crystal Maiden. Shadow wants to carry on chasing, but the Jingle Mastery has been reset on Supreme, so Shad can't take advantage of that fight. Tree Dance once again, but he's just going to get himself away with the Primal Spring, looking for the runes. Let's see if we get any trade on this. Shad, they might be able to get all 4 of them here. As Shad is able to tree dance himself away, and there's no way that the Shadow Demon can catch up with that. So Jibbe maybe looking for a pull, but this is a nice ward here. Just look at this. It's just out of range as well. Oh, that is super good. Bring this one to your pubs. Really hard to spot. As Jibbe can't get the D ward in. Meanwhile, mid lane, Boom, how's he looking? 47-0. Meanwhile, the Mars 57-14. So Mars having a grand old time in this mid lane. And yeah, still farming up the Spiderlands. I wonder how long Boom sits in mid, or maybe just looks to move to the jungle, give the lane to Aramis, so he can find his level 6, and then start looking to rotate with the team to siege down towers. Increase the game sound? No problemo.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
So Celery, I think going to try and make a move with the Shadow Demon being away, but Celery's still bloody slow. Supreme can just easily move back, especially with the movement speed and the Wex as well. Kind of negates anything coming out from the Crystal Nova in terms of slows top lane. I think going to try and make a move here now as well. Shackles comes out onto Charlie. Charlie, the Eidolon's damage coming through now as well. Toby's only level 5, so no black hole. He might even go down. Era, does he have the mana to finish him off? Toby gets lucky. 80 health left. Aramis still trying to pressure with the Eidolons, but Charlie does have the bottle. Rotation coming around from Chessie from the mid lane. Does he look for the kill? Shackles once again. Aramis, what's he going to be able to do? The Eidolons... Era gets really bloody low. The Hex now as well, but the Sleight of Fist will do the damage. Charlie with the Flame Guard, he's still going to try and burn these Eidolons down, get a little bit of farm back from this. He will be able to chase 2. Is he going to be able to get 3? About 7,500 gold left on that bottom lane. Jibe, one right click. Shad does get it. Supreme, do they want to go underneath the tower here now as well? Celery's going to be taking tower shots as well as Shad. And Shad just pops this salve, gets himself back pretty healthy. This is such a nice item for chasing down here now as well. Oh, Supreme, they might still have the vision here. Shad's going to move over. Does still have the Jingu. Throws it up before the EMP comes out now as well. So he's going to start again. I think the Mischief dodged that EMP. So Shad looking for the runaway, but he's going to be cold snapped up now as well. What's Celery going to be able to do? The slow comes out. Supreme. Tornado, but Shad's going to be able to dodge that one off. Just moves over to the left. And Crystal Maiden will give the life. Celery sacrifices so Shad can live. Meanwhile, mid lane, boom. Trying to do what he can again. Speed's going to be off the mark, so the Spiderlands stay there for now. Chessie, this is quite nice as well. A little bit of survivability, but again, with such a low mana pool, having something that reduces the mana cost even by 5%, Chessie is going to be loving that.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
Aramis hiding behind the tree can see Chessie coming up for the rune. The rune, was that a bottom spawn? It wasn't, it was actually the bottle. So the haste there for Chessie. And I think Charlie, is he going to go back to this top lane? Because this might just be open here. Aramis, again, only level 4. So no Serpent Wards coming up just yet. But Toby, he's level 6 now. So if you try and make a fight happen, Mars is going to rotate in. Mars, does he have a blink dagger? Just has the haste for now. They're going to be able to get the Siren Chase off. Black Hole comes through. Where's the spear to cancel it? Toby pinned to the tree now as well, but the Shackle comes out. There's going to be the rain as well. The gods will be over to the side of the towers, and it's going to be a double remnant coming out. Aramis is going to try and go for the TP, but Charlie gets it with the final remnant and a Sleight of Fist combo. Takes down both heroes on the top lane. So Viking 3 kills down, and Chicken Fighter's starting to take control in this game, but it does leave this middle tower open. Boom, trying to do what he can with the Spiderlands before Mars rotates back into the mid lane. And Shad, again, in terms of farm, just going to go straight for the Ags. We see this build pretty much all the time now. There's not a lot of Monkey Kings that go for the Battle Fury right off the bat anymore. They usually just go straight for the Ags. Then for something like a Maelstrom, or if you need a little bit of survivability, straight for the BKB, something like that. But the fact that this Monkey King Ags just gives him the extra monkeys, the Wukongs, in the middle of fights, even without the Wukong's command being up, it's great for fighting into. Especially when you have some control like the Black Hole, like the Shackles that keep heroes in place, so these monkeys keep adding up. Supreme drops the EMP, the Cold Snap comes out into the Monkey King now as well. He just needs to run himself away from the EMP. And Aramis does get spotted out. Meanwhile, top lane, Sleight of Fist comes through now as well from Charlie. Charlie, these Eidolons are going to be burnt down, and Toby not going to be able to take advantage the way you wanted to here. As Toby just carries on pushing through, Charlie looking to get a cheeky rune snatch. In the bottom jungle though, are they going to be able to get a fight out of this? Monkey King comes in. He's going to be trying to stack these Jingu Masteries on Jibi. He's already thrown out the disruption. Rotation as well from Boom. Can they find the Shadow Demon here now as well? Courier will go down. Tornado's going to be on top of the EMP. But still already chasing. The Hex comes out. Supreme Invis walks right over the Sentry Ward. That will be his death. Error in the trees. TP available if he needs to get out. But it doesn't look like anybody's going to be falling up here. So Error should be fine. Did the creep see him? No, he's just behind that one tree, so it doesn't give the vision. And there's no spiderweb here on this set of trees either. So Boom, no chance of him walking over. TP into the mid lane. Jibi might be coming for a long rotation. Charlie comes in, the arena's out, the spear to the wall now as well. Broodmother, even under the tier 1 tower, Error just bides his time. And the 4-man rotation comes in. Boom, will be swept up.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Chicken Fighters forming an old newspaper there just to squash Boom. The Supreme chasing down Celery. EMP Tornado combo comes out. Celery, nothing he's going to be able to do about this. Is an early warning system for Shad though, so Shad will be able to move away from this bottom tier 1 tower. Meanwhile on the top lane, Toby, what's he going to be able to do? Doesn't have the black hole for 23 seconds. Do they want to try and turn this one? Chessie is pretty tanky though.
Radiant's mid tower's getting
1500 health bracer. Oh, the wards come out, the shackles, the primal spring, and it looks like Shad, he wants this kill, and with the Serpent wards being so close as well, it will secure the tier 1 tower even after the fortification. These wards should be able to clean up this tower. Whether you want to try and give it over to Toby though, it's just going to be Aramis that does take it. Trying to look for the stack, will get it off. It gives Toby just a little bit more space to farm as well, going towards that BKB.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
There's Broodmother. Yeah, BKBs. It's probably going to be BKBs all around on the cause of Vikings within the next 10 minutes or so. Glimmer Capes as well for Crystal Maiden. What's Aramis going for?
The rune of haste.
Nothing just yet, is it?
Radiant's bottom tower
Anyway.
seen better days.
Oh, they do catch out Celery. Celery's throwing down that ultimate, but the magic damage is there, so the bonus armor coming through from the freezing field won't be enough. And Charlie will secure that kill. Monkey just going to be doing a little bit of farming away from... You can see that Chicken Fighters are trying to take over this Radiant jungle. So Shad just trying to farm where he can find it.
Radiant's bottom tower seen better days.
So tier 1 tower now on the bottom lane. It should go down Supreme. Actually got no points into the exhaust, so it's straight quas works.
Radiant's bottom tower.
You what? Era does take down Boom.
Radiant's bottom tower's done for.
And Charlie does secure that tower on the bottom lane. But Chessie, he's having a whale of a time. How many last is it? 189 in 13.5 minutes. That's so good there for the Mars. Charlie, do they want to try and make something happen here? Now the Slight Fist does come out. Shad, going to try and run away. Is there going to be a black hole coming through? There is the Midnight Pulse being down as well with the Maledict. So Shad wants to carry on going. Jingru though, he's going to be taken down here. Eventually, he's going to be absolutely ganged up on. Toby caught in the Tornado now as well with the MP on top of it. Looks like Toby won't be able to get himself out of this. And Chicken Fighters moving at a team just so well. It's like a well-oiled machine. They've drilled this rotation. They know where everybody needs to be. Or even Aramis could be in a little bit of trouble now as well. Chessie doesn't want to carry on going here. The Hex comes out. But Supreme, there's a Tornado coming up with a Cold Snap there as well. Cold Snap's going to be coming off. Aramis won't be able to get himself out of this. So just tries to run into the neutrals. The neutrals not going to finish the job. And even the disruption, it does move the God's Rebuke and stops it from being damaged. But Boom, the Spiders, the Spear pushes him way over the trees and away here, Boom. So counted his blessings for that. But Black Hole is available. Everybody coming up. Aramis within the next 10 seconds or so. So are they going to try and make something happen here? Toby didn't actually go for the Blink Dagger, unless it's coming out on the Courier. Nope, no Blink Dagger. He just actually went for the Guardian's Greaves straight off the bat. And he's still about 1400 gold away from finishing them. But Charlie does take down Celery. Celery getting caught out in a really bad position, even his ward's being dewarded here. I say really bad, it's his own jungle as he's looking for a bounty rune at 15 minutes. Chicken Fighters, this is like a 25-minute team rotation here, and Chicken Fighters have just stepped up the pace of the game. The Viking, I'm not sure if even with the push potential coming through, if they're going to be able to catch up relatively quickly here. Top lane, he might even be able to get another kill here. Shad going to be locked down by the Searing Chains. Is he going to be able to get himself away? Slowed by the Perch now as well. No disruption needed. Shad goes, but the Sleight of Fist, it dodges off the Boundless Strike. And Charlie will get himself the 8th kill of the game. Meanwhile, Aramis. Oh, wrong place, wrong time, my friend. I'm not even sure what he was doing there. Maybe trying to get some... He doesn't have any wards. Bottom lane now as well. Chessie gets the arena up, and it looks like Toby, he will be able to pop that mechanism, but how long is it going to keep him alive with the Midnight Pulse coming down? He couldn't even Black Hole with the
Whatever that was, 'twas scarce.
excuse me, with the Invoker using Oh, never mind. Mid lane, let's take a look. Boom, gets caught out.
Your minions.
So the Spy Lane's going to try and do what they can before they get cleaned up here onto this tier 1 tower. It will get pretty low, but not low enough to deny, not low enough to look to finish off either. And yeah, the cold snap coming through there onto Toby meant that he couldn't even get the black hole off onto the Mars and maybe look for a rotation with the rest of his team. Again, the 2s and 3s that Chicken Fighters are moving in, they are just taking control of the map.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They're getting great timings when the ults are up on things like the Mars Arena. And Viking are still looking for farm. They're still looking to pick up net worth. And it's just biting them in the arse, to be honest. So let's see what they can do. They are close. Is a fight going to break out here? A Shad, Aramis are close. Charlie shows there's going to be the Sunstrike coming through. Only a little bit of damage. Charlie, does he want to maybe dive with the Remnant here? Celery's going to get pretty low with the Sleight Fist. The damage might be there. Okay, just gets himself ways away. As Amber Spirit wants to come back in now. He does find Brood Mama. Brood Mama, the Tornado comes out. Was the EMP? Cold Snap's available if they want to go on to Boom. Boom. Not going to be able to get himself away from that. It doesn't look like even popping the mechanism here. The Arena comes out. Toby's going to be in trouble. Gets locked down, caught out, and killed off. So Supreme. Just behind the Brood Mother in the off lane in terms of net worth. Are they looking for more? Just looking for that Ancient stack. But yeah, he's about 1,000 gold behind, but the other 2 cores on the side of Chicken Fighters way ahead of their counterparts. So maybe a little bit of a caster's curse coming into this game, with me saying how impressive Viking have been looking, and you know, they might try to dominate this game. Chicken Fighters just went for, again, a good early fight game plan, and they've started to take control. What does Dota Plus say? Oof.
How about that?
Dota Plus says Celery is dead once again. You can't go here alone, especially with these wards being up. Celery should know, unless he was coming to try and de-ward here, but he had no protection. And Chicken Fighters now. Do they maybe want to try and move into Roshan? They have the early warning wards up. That sentry down, not spotted up by this one here. Top lane, are they going to try and make another move? The Cold Snap comes out onto Shad. EMP now as well as the Spirit Vessel slowing him down. And Monkey King, is he going to be able to get himself away from this one? The Hex onto the Mars, the Shackles now as well. But the Arena's still there, still pins him to the side. There's going to be the Godspeak to finish his job. And even Aramis, well, he takes a courier for his troubles. But his troubles are death, and his troubles are many. As that does take the Monkey King down for 33 seconds. Once again, Celery. Charlie getting in close. The neutral? Oh, just doing the last tick of damage there. How much was that? A 28 hit onto the Crystal Maiden as Charlie was slow to get in with that freezing field being thrown. So, what are they looking for here, Chicken Fighters? Do they want to carry on pushing? Again, great farm on this. 139 on the Ember Spirit, 256 on the Mars. And it looks like there's no slowing them down. In fact, with all these Spylands here, that number might increase even more here on Mars quite quickly, as he is looking for the Aghanim Scepter. I've not seen this just yet, actually. Since the change. So he can kind of step himself forward, right, with the Bulwark up, and push enemies back. Okay, so enemies can only be attacked by one soldier at a time, but still, that's a great way to advance. Once that arena's up, you pop your Bulwark and just start advancing on whoever's caught in. Even if you spear one hero and then advance on the other. It is a very niche item, you know, and Mars can only really go for it because of how far ahead he is. Or maybe he only wants to go for it because of how far ahead he is. But that's a really nice item. I'm looking forward to seeing that one coming out. You can... Oh, you can toggle it as well? Oh, that sounds really good. Okay, let's see what Chessie's going to do. Blink tag's available, but he doesn't want to chase up onto the spiders here.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
So, boom. Maybe pushes onto this tier 1 tower here. Because there is a decent amount of spiders. And I can't highlight them all. So yeah, this tier 1 tower with the creeps as well. Yeah, another set. Fortification does come out. Shadow Demon and Mars are rotating over, so they might be able to save this. God's Rebuke. How many was that? He was at about, what would you say, about 260? Had a little bit of farm, so that was a good 30 spiderlings and creeps there. Meanwhile, Era is just... This is his roost now. He's making a nest here, and nobody else can come into this. And it looks like they're going to group up once again. Where is the smoke? It does come out. So Invoker with the Witchblade up now as well. Going to go to an Aghanim Scepter of his own.
Flames will spread thrice.
Do they want to look to Roshan? What is the play? Oh, mid lane. Shadow Shaman's invis, so this smoke for him might break as well. Will break in the trees. Charlie's breaks to be able to get it with a slight fist. Doesn't get the Searing Chains off. Now the Eidolons as well. Dives, but he dives way too far. Cold Snap. Aramis will go down. Backlines. It's going to be the arena up on the back as well. Toby gets super low. Black Holt's available if he wants to try and throw it out, but he looks like he might still get disrupted with the tornado coming through. He will just be finished off now as well. Freezing Field. They do eventually take down Chessie. No one wants to step to Celery though. Aramis, what's he going to be able to do with the buyback here onto the Shadow Shaman? Charlie wants to get in deep with the BKB being up now as well. He does have that Searing Chains. Going to latch onto Celery. He's going to dive away with the Remnant now as well. It looks like it's get out time for Chicken Fighters, or maybe not. Might look for the Regoose here as Boom just needs to run to the high ground, maybe get himself away as the blink comes out from Arrow once again. He's going to be slowed. Boundless Strike onto 3. Wards are up. There's going to be the Shackles now as well. Tornado comes through to disrupt this, but Arrow will still go down. Mars is dead already. Charlie's down as well. Excuse me. So Era will fall supreme. Chase is on. What's Shag going to be able to do here? Meteor gets dropped. There's no BKB, so he's going to tick down to this eventually. Maybe not with a lifesteal. He will go down to supreme. And the Chase Supreme, does he want to try and turn this one as well? He's going to get pretty low to the Monkey King's Wukongs that have been dropped. But still, good fight. You took... What was it? Oh. Celery was still taking a little bit of damage. I think it was to the neutrals, and the Sunstrike will be off the mark. Yeah, so 3 kills for 4 and a buyback. That's not too bad there for Chicken Fighters. 9 to 28 and a 10k net worth lead. Oh, Aramis. Oh, Aramis. That ward's still there. It does get dewarded now, but not before Supreme picks up another kill with the DD rune here now as well. The rotation coming through. Enigma. Yeah, he's not even going to go for the blink second item. He's just going to go straight for the BKB because he's being disrupted that much. Oh, they've got the ultimate coming through from the Scarroth. It's a whole lot of damage. Tornado's going to be there as well. Charlie closes the gap, and Jibe will get it with the poison.
Radiant's mid tower's getting back.
And Chessie has that arena up once again if you want to go a little bit further on this. So maybe they just back away. Roshan is up, and without the black hole, the buyback comes through, and Chicken Fighters can play defensively. But now, with Enigma being down, that is a major teamfight spell being out of this fight, and Chicken Fighters feel comfortable to get themselves into the Roshan pit and pick up the Sages. So Ember Spirit will be the Aegis holder, Charlie. I think he has the most deaths, does he? Yeah, look at that. 2 across the board apart from Supreme. That is some Supreme team play, if I do say so myself. I'm sick. Just let me use the puns.
Sneak attack? What for?
Even using the alacrity on the Forge Spirits just to push this bottom lane out. Shad. He's not even close. I mean, he's 2/3 of the way to the BKB in terms of parts, but that's still, what, another 1400 gold? And gold isn't plentiful on the side of Vikings. They are doing no plunder in this match. As this triangle now belongs to... Yeah, chicken fighters, this is theirs. They've just set up camp there, and they are not letting this go.
Fortune's changed.
Oh, Celery! You need to run Supreme with the Ghost Walk. Look how fast he is. Celery just trying to hide in the trees. The Sentry Ward is there though to spot him out. The Shadow Poison comes across. They're going to be able to find the Crystal Maiden. And Supreme just turns around, gets the fight. Did he get the TP away there? I do believe he got out just in time. Will Shad be able to do the same? TP available. The Supreme's close, but can't sniff out Shad. Does he want to try and maybe take a fight against Supreme? Again, no BKB, so he has to be worried about any spells that Supreme throws out. Maybe he's just scouting. Does he want to stop this TP? No, okay.
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
So Chessie gonna build towards a BKB of his own.
Radiant's top tower,
which he's not really being disrupted in the fights, but I mean, there was that slight issue of him dying twice. That is unacceptable.
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
But yeah, it looks like Chicken Fighters are just trying to slowly pin Viking back, take the farm away from them.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
The Spiderlings do show. Supreme might even be able to clean this up with the Tornado, as well as the Forge Spirits. And boom, does have the BKB available, a Diffusal Blade in the fights as well. But I'm not too sure it's still enough. Chess even dives into the base here. It looks like they're going to set up onto this tier 3 tower. Coming through with the fortification here. As Shad tries to do his best to split push this lane out. So fortification goes both ways. Chicken Fighters in a great position. Toby, was that BKB? It's still not up. Still not available.
One last top tower for the Radiant.
And there's just so many disruptions. They're even going to dive onto this. Aramis gets caught out. The Balance Strike comes across. Shadow Shaman's going to be able to get himself away. Not even in his base. Charlie might be caught out, but does still have that available. Meanwhile, Boom on the back lines. Do they want to try and arena this one up? Chessie just being chased away. He does still have that arena if he needs to use it. Boom pops the BKB. Charlie's coming in with the damage. There's going to be the arena coming through now as well. So Boom, the disruption keeps him alive. And it looks like Chessie might be able to get himself away. No! Celery, just as he was running away inside the Wukong's command. BKBs are down now as well, so Boom doesn't probably want to chase too far. And they do hold on to the melee racks as well as the range racks here, Vikings in this top lane. Supreme, what's he going to do? Cold Snap is available. Is anybody come forwards? Doesn't look like it, so he's just going to throw the Tornado out. Again, the Forge Spirits will be there, so he can maybe try and use this to push onto maybe the range racks here. The melee racks aren't too far away from being down. Toby going to be taking a little bit of harass. Can he finish the job before these Forge Spirits take down the melee racks? Frostbite now as well. It looks like, yeah, the melee racks should be fine-ish. Because, I mean, sitting at 400 health out of 2200, that's not great, but it's still fine-ish. But Supreme, looks like he just wants to keep using the Forge Spirits as a siege engine here. And with the Alacrity as well. Let's see, this melee rack's getting pretty low. I don't think it survives this second push here. And now it can start on the ranged as well. Does Charlie want to dive? Celery is out of position. A just gets popped though, yeah. And with the rest of his team a little bit too far away, Ember Spirit just wants to play it safe. Going towards that Eye of Skadi now as well.
Radiant's top rags is running out of time.
A Shadow Demon. Even going towards his own Aghanim Scepter here. Not really taking a look. Oh, bottom lane, let's see if he can go on. There's a Serpent Ward do gets dropped. The Hex now as well. Invoker. He's going to be using the Tornado, trying to Ghost Walk away, but the Sentry's there as well as the Balance Strike. Arrow comes in with the Blink. Chessie, maybe an Arena. Arrow will get the kill onto Aramis eventually. And these wards will just be free farm for Chessie. They are denying themselves, so this is actually great micro. But I suppose when you've got nothing else to do because you're dead, it's easy to do. The last one, yeah, no way to deny that. So Chessie will pick up at least one. And they should be able to snatch this outpost now as well, just before the 30-minute buff comes out for the XP. Roshan, at least 2 minutes before that's back up. Like I said, Nomad, with you leaving to go do DPC, I am now officially the best caster in the UK. We ignore the fact that Gary and OD Pixel are somewhere else in Europe. We Brexited for a reason. Jibé. Again, Shad just sneaks by. No cliff wards to see Shad here, so he is just going to be able to scout in the trees. So Charlie, keeping up the pressure onto this tier 2 tower. With Charlie behind as well as Jibé, they could potentially look at a siege creep here as well. This could potentially be pressure onto another tier 3 tower here for the side of Chicken Fighters. And Vikings just haven't been able to pick up any kills. So the tier 2 will go down. Monkey King TPing back for this. Do they want to try and fight? Toby does have the BKB now. It's going to be able to pop it. The Black Hole, it's only going to be onto the Mars. But with the arena being up, Mars going to be cornered with the rest of his team running away. Even the Wukong's command going to be dropped here. Do they want to try and fight around this? They've still got the Ember Spirit in close. He pops the BKB of his own now as well. They should be able to take down Boom. Even inside the Wukong's command, he goes. The Wukongs will wear off now as well. Sarili's going to be in a whole load of trouble. Invoker, what's he going to be able to do with Shad? BKB does come up. The poison though. Shad, he's going to be left alone. The rest of his team, Celery does buy back. Can't rescue in time. And that's going to be a full 5-man wipe going the way of Chicken Fighters just for a Mars and a buyback as well on the Crystal Maiden. And Crystal Maiden needed that gold for anything. Just looking at this net worth, 3.4k, 32 minutes in. This is going to be another tower, and maybe another set of racks here now as well, as the creeps are pushing into this range rack, so the base is pushing in. This is not a great position for Vikings. So tier 3, getting pretty low. Charlie might want to go further. There's going to be Enigma caught out in the Searing Chains, but no follow-up from the Chicken Fighters just yet. Mars is 22 seconds away from respawn. Tornado comes out into the Enigma. Does still have that Guardian's Greaves BKB up as well. If he gets into too much trouble, can pop the panic button. But that's going to be 2 set of racks, and Chicken Fighters going to be supremely happy with that. Roshan, at least a minute and a half away. Supreme. Yeah, it's just going to be all the tier 2 towers going down now. Chicken Fighters have the map control. They've had the map control for the last, God knows, 20 minutes maybe. This is going to be really nice as well for Scarith Mage. It's not something you usually see coming through from a 4-position Scarith Mage, but another source of damage. Just being able to pop that F-Blade, you know, and then drop the Mystic Flare right on top with something like the Ancient Seal. That is a whole load of damage. Error could look to probably one-on-one anybody on the side of Vikings team, as long as you don't get the BKBs off. You know, catch them by surprise, pop your buttons at once. But I don't even know if you want to hang around for the next Roshan. 20 seconds till that's up. They might just try for Megas here, Chicken Fighters. What's Mars going to do? Does have that BKB. 9 seconds left on that. So the smoke in. Invoker is away, doing Invoker things, but again, with the full points in Wex, the extra move speed, he is ridiculous. That is a haste rune for free. They do take down Aramis now as well. Boom, what's he going to be able to do here with the BKB being popped? Toby comes in. Black Hole catches 2 Wukong's command on top of them, but it's going to be a great Invoker. Never mind, maybe not. As Viking take a decent-ish fight, committing the Wukong's command as well as the Black Hole to take down Mars and force Chicken Fighters away. The Cataclysm looked like it was going to be effective, but I think there was still a couple of BKBs being up. Balance Strike comes out. Charlie's going to be able to get himself away from this. Tornado onto the Monkey King. EMP's there now as well. Shad, he's going to try and get up with a slight fist coming through. The Shad's popped his BKB. Disruption trying to save Charlie's life, and Shad's getting pretty down low. Do they want to try and turn this one around? Celery's already been taken down. That's no buyback on the Crystal Maiden. The chase comes out. There's going to be the Spirit Vessel. The Meteor being dropped. And Supreme cleans up the Monkey King. Boom. Trying to chase down Error, but no BKB available for the next 8 seconds. Are they going to be able to do anything about this? Error getting close now to the Eagle Song as well. Only about 250 gold away from that. 270 gold away from that. To be able to finish off a great combination item here for Error. And Supreme even gets himself a regen rune. Because why the bloody hell not? Do they still have the vision? They do still have wards here now as well, so Boom will be spotted. Does Supreme maybe want to rotate over, make something happen? No. Looks like he's keeping himself safe. The full refresher, that's not too far away either. In fact, what's that? Oh, hang on. Mars TPing through, and Aramis is close. Might even be seen to the creeps if we take a look at the vision just outside of it. But Invoker's moving down. Oh, Toby gets caught out. There's going to be the Malefice. Can they catch out the Enigma? They do get it with the Hex now as well. Arathun's Spear! Just a little bit too short to cancel the Shackles. And the War's being picked up now as well. This is the Agnum Shard that I was talking about. Obviously, everybody knows about this by now, because we've all had time to study the patch. But it's quite nice for just de-pushing lanes. Keeping pressure off, pushing onto towers if you get a creep underneath it. Fights as well. You just stack them up with your own ultimate Serpent Wards, and there's so much damage potential coming out from this. Obviously it means you can't be caught out, though once the shackles do go down, they do last for 4 seconds, is it? 7 seconds, so even better. Boom inside the Roche Pit. Oh, it does seem with the Searing Chains of the Shackles Spear though, it's going to be a little bit too short. Do they want to try and fight into this? No Black Hole for 8 seconds. And so, Searing Chains, Shackles comes out, Aramis can get the Hex off, but he can't follow up there with the Shackles. It does come through now as well. Disruption saving for a little bit. Error will be caught out in the Black Hole on top of it. A Cataclysm though. Where's the damage going to come through? There's going to be the Wukong span the Black Hole now as well. Bound the Strike coming through. 2 buybacks at least from Chicken Fighters. Is this where Viking turns it? Tornado's going to be off the mark, only catching out Toby though. Chessie's already used that. Arena's going to try and go the God's Rebuke, the Spear into the Roshan Pit. Roshan gets activated. He's actually going to be doing a favour for Chessie there as well, as Toby gets taken down. Shad though, going to try and chase on Supreme. Supreme does have that BKB. Yeah, this is not where Vikings turn it. This is not where Vikings turn it at all. Even Aramis making another full 5-man wipe. Supreme should be able to get away from the wards, which should be Roshan, should be the creeps pushing in actually. So getting close to getting onto these tier 4 towers. Couriers need to be careful as well coming out. But eventually these buildings will be cleaned up, and with only the Wukong that can buy back here, Chicken Fighters have the momentum in their favour. Roshan, it's going to take a little bit of time. Couriers need to be careful. They're trying to steal items. Maybe the cheeses. Being cheeky here, you can see Vikings all 4 couriers. But Chessie does get the Aegis. And Invoker, the Supreme, does get the cheese.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
As Chessie again probably looks to lead the line now that he has the Aegis. Has he got himself in the bottle as well? Just an illusion rune for now.
You two, follow me.
So what are they going to be able to do here? No buybacks available for anybody apart from the Mars. So tier 3 tower, the final tier 3 tower on Viking side is being pressured. Celery doesn't have a BKB either, so the freezing field could be cancelled. You need the biggest, sickest black hole of your life here to try and take this on the side of Vikings. Hex comes out onto the Mars. He is just going to be able to land Canter. What did he do? Never mind. Celery is dead. Cataclysm once again comes out. The tier 3 tower goes down the arena. Aramis going to be caught out. The tornado as well as the EMP combo, but the tornado keeps him up for so bloody long. Boom comes in with the BKB chest. He's going to try and get himself away from this. Wukong's command on top of Supreme. Supreme, being right click, is able to walk away from it. Oh, the black horn! Nobody! Toby doesn't even cancel it out of shame. He lets it go on. And so do Chicken Fighters. That is going to be game number 1 going the way of the Chicken Fighters. And Viking, well, they need to come up with another game plan. Otherwise, they're going to be led to slaughter here. So Chicken Fighters go 1 game up, 53 kills and a 27k net worth lead in just shy of 40 minutes here, Chicken Fighters. That was absolutely dominant from them. But there is still a second and potentially a third game here for Vikings. So we're going to be taking a quick break, guys. Lobbies on a 5-minute delay. I assume they've already started the next one. So give it between 5 and 6 minutes and we'll be getting ourselves into the second game of Chicken Fighters versus Vikings. See you in a few.